So in a recent video, I talked about dying before you die so that you can live. I read a couple comments asking how exactly do you go through this rebirth process. So in this video, I will share what needs to be done in order to kill the conceptual self and be reborn as your true being. Now, before we begin, for the remainder of this video, I want you to listen with the body, not the mind. Don't try to understand what I am saying. Let your consciousness hear what needs to be said, so that you can realize what's being said and not just understand it. If you're asking, how do I do that? Well, the amazing Eckhart Tolle taught me to not only pay attention to the words that are being said, but to also notice the space in between my words. Don't think about the space. Just notice it. Be present with it. And if done correctly, you will notice that you are not thinking during those spaces. The more and more you do this, the more your true self will begin to emerge. So, let's begin this by talking about the false self. What is this conceptual self that we need to kill? To get to the point, it's who you think you are. It's the story attached to this character. It's the one who believes it has anxiety and fear. It's the one who thinks it has a past and future. The one who doubts itself and is constantly judging every little thing that is happening. It's the mind's activity. It's the story of the mind, not the story of who you truly are. That is the false self that we all believe ourselves to be. That's what has to die. You have to become self-aware throughout your day-to-day experience. Notice how much you are thinking about life instead of actually living it. Even when you're walking to the bathroom, you are thinking about walking to the bathroom. You don't have to think about walking to the bathroom. I promise you, walking to the bathroom can be enjoyable in a way you never thought it could be. If you are present enough, you will find the joy in the small things in life. You will appreciate things like drinking water or just looking around. But because of the conceptual mind always judging and labeling things, you can't even enjoy reality. See if you can just look around now without labeling anything. Just observe. It's nice and peaceful. But anyways, how do we break down this conceptual self? Another thing you must realize is that you are not your thoughts. You have to inquire this on your own to see this to be true. Me telling you that isn't going to do anything for you. The only reason you know thinking is happening is because you are the awareness of it. Notice how everything comes and goes, thoughts, feelings, etc. But who you truly are stays the same. Who you truly are is always there. Without you, there is no experience. And you can't be something that comes and goes and something that changes. So this also proves to us that we are not the body. The body changes and can have changes made to it. All of your suffering and problems, they are created by the conceptual false self. Because the truth is there is never nothing wrong. Never. It's just that the mind creates good and bad and you believe it. When those uncomfortable feelings arise in the The mind says, "Oh, this is bad. What if this happens? What if that happens?" But the truth is, nothing is happening, and if you place your awareness on those energies in the body, you will realize that it's not hurting you at all. It's just energy vibrating in the body. There is no such thing as a bad emotion. There is no such thing as a good emotion. Everything just is. It is what it is. This transition will be painful. We cannot escape pain, but we can escape suffering. It doesn't have to be painful, but most of the time it is. Because when you start paying attention and going within for the truth, your reality begins to break down. You start seeing the truth in what you truly are and what reality truly is. You may have to deal with the emotions you have been suppressing for years so that you can release them, but it's all worth it, because in the end, suffering can no longer exist in your reality. I've had a couple people ask me, "Well, what exactly happens once you come back to your true self and are reborn?" Well, the first thing you realize is that everything you once suffered from was an illusion, and that there is nothing at all to be afraid of. You become this empty vessel, free from your past, and every moment gives you an opportunity to change. A lot of spiritual teachers like to stay away from society, and their desires for material things go away. But me personally, I want to enjoy the human experience. Even though I have realized I am not a human, I treat life like a game or a movie. Wouldn't you want your movie to be amazing? Realizing what I truly am allowed me to be authentic. It has allowed me to be okay with whatever is happening because it's not even happening to me. It's just happening. And I know who I truly am will always be okay. Everything will always be okay. But the conceptual self will say otherwise. The key to this all is to just realize that the mind has created all of your suffering, and then see that you aren't the mind. You can meditate, get out in nature, fall deep into that space in between words and your own thoughts. And it's not the human who is falling deep into this space. It's the awareness that you truly are. Another thing to remember, the one you think thoughts are happening to is also fake. The one you think suffering is happening to isn't real. That's also just a story of the mind. It's an illusion. You must see through that also. Separate yourself from the conceptual self and mind. What's left if there are no thoughts? Realize what's left. Once you do this, you will realize there was never a conceptual self to begin with, and what you always been will shine through. You are so powerful. I have a special video coming out tomorrow. I will be creating a video while on shrooms. That's going to be very interesting. Thank you all for watching.